Now this is the center hub for the 19-inch upgraded wheels for the Model 3. We're going to show you our first product today. This is a carbon fiber wrap that we think looks awesome on it. And so this is off your car. You just pull it right off. It pops off. This ring locks it in and lets it release. So it's real simple to take on and off. It's a pressure sensitive ring. So after you've pulled this off the vehicle, we're going to show you how we're going to put on this beautiful carbon fiber wrap, as well as a carbon fiber, we call this a center wheel wrap that is included with it. So let's get started. Now, I'm in a warehouse. It's cold everybody. It's winter time, and we're going to show you why heat is necessary. So we're going to cue the hair dryer, and you'll see this is just a heat gun or a hair dryer. This just provides a nice warm air to do this in. It's going to probably raise the ambient temperature to about 75 or 80. So if you're in your garage doing this, go in the house. If you're in somewhere cool, use a hair dryer. It's real simple to do, so let's get started. Squeegee, the hub wrap, and the center cap wrap. So everything is right on this sheet of paper. And of course, this is our center wheel wrap. We've been selling this for years. This fits on all Tesla Model S's, Model X's, and this beautiful carbon fiber wrap goes over the cap on all the wheels. Now this is affixed to this wheel or to this hub, but we're still going to put it on and show you how to do it. So if you come over here, we'll show you a close-up view. And this is on transfer tape. You just put it down over the T. Simple. Make sure the lighting is good. And it fits perfect on there. Here's our squeegee. Squeegee it down. And with the warm air, whether you're inside or outside using a hair dryer, you'll really find the material to be pliable, very elastic, and simple to work with. So with the clear transfer tape, after you squeegee it down, you see how beautiful that is and how it just adheres now to the center cap. So we did clean this thing off really good. We took it off our customer's car. We cleaned it up really good with Windex, so the wrap's gonna hold really nice to it. So after you do that, you'll notice that the diameter of this wrap is designed to be a little bit larger than the diameter of the raised up cap. So just take the squeegee and rub it around. We're gonna clean it up a little better later after we put this on. All right, so now for the center wrap. Now we've designed this thing and we have some pieces of masking tape underneath it to make it easier. But you'll notice that when you hold this in your hand, that the back of it is carbon fiber, and these legs or extensions we're going to put on after we lay it down. So with holding on to the legs, we're going to first go for the position of the center circle and make sure that the wrap is lined up correctly. So I'm in the general area of the circle at this point, and now I just got to make sure the legs are going to be extending correctly. And that looks really good here. And then here. And as you can see, I can tell that I have enough material. I'm not too far clockwise or counterclockwise, that each of the legs will be completely covered in material. So once you put the center down, then we're going to push it down a little gently here in this recessed valley and flip it over. Now we can see that we have all the leg extensions lined up perfectly. And we're going to turn the heat back on, because this is when we're going to want it to be elastic and giving. Okay? So now with the warm air on, I'm going to start with the top leg. Okay? Now, originally we had these things really long, and then we decided to shorten them up because we don't want to have wrinkles at the knuckles. Like, see on your fingers, material has to stretch and give. Our first versions of this, we had it very long, but we decided to shorten it up so we don't get creases or wrinkles in here. So here's how we put it on. It's quite simple. In the warm air, you're going to take the leg and just stretch it a little bit. Now you see how I went over that ridge with a little bit of pulling pressure, and now I'm pressing it down, okay? So it extends just past the end, so it's gonna wrap underneath, and the sides are gonna wrap. So now we're going to, I'm trying to hold it up good for the lighting, but you'll see here, we're gonna tuck in the corners, these curves, and wrap the sides down. And you see how nicely it's going underneath. And when you get to the first bent area, or the knuckle area, is when we just lift it up again. And now we know how much material we want to hide. So we're going to give it another stretch and place it down and smooth out these edges. We'll try that again. Stretch. By stretching it this way, it helps us remove the bunched up material that we can get at the finger bend, or the elbow bend, we'll call it. All right. So now let's step over to the next one, and we're going to tuck the ends last. So we pull the masking tape off, and we squeegee it down and make any kind of adjustments. Okay. So now you can see I have material on both sides that I'm wrapping down and around. So we want to wrap it underneath. And now we have the end. So one more time, take it, give it a little bit of a stretch, push the side down, push the other side down, and no material is bunching up. And you'll see you'll get better at this as you do it. And with heat or a hairdryer, it really helps a lot. Okay, like I said, we're going to do the very ends last. But there's a great knuckle. Nice and smooth. Okay, so now we're at this recessed curve. Just tuck it under, and you'll see what's going on behind. It's grabbing onto the plastic here. That's why it's very important to clean everything in this area so it has something to hold on to. Okay, and we're going to pull back the next leg, and we're more than halfway there. And then it's just another extension and pressure and lift and pull. Push this side down. Tuck the recessed corners down. And now we're at the ridge, and you can see material likes to bunch because it has to go somewhere. So we give it a little stretch and lay it down. Once it grabs here, this is all being pulled, and we can completely smooth this out. And don't worry, if you want to go back and fix something, just lift it up very slowly, and you can smooth it out. You can even take the squeegee to an area, like maybe here, or a finger, and smooth all these edges out so you get a perfect wrap. All right, next one. The fourth leg. Again, just get an overall point of view over it. Make sure that you're putting it exactly down correctly, leaving material on both sides. All these radiuses were very detailed to make. And you can see on this side again that we're wrapping this over so it's holding onto the back. And then finally the top piece. And we're going to do our stretch here. We're going to give it a little pull, stretch, push down the center, then the sides, and then all the way down. So you really don't use the squeegee for much. Again, if I was out in the cold, 50 degrees, this will be a nightmare and it would probably tear. So don't tear it. Keep it warm and flexible. Okay? Now, we're doing the last one here. And I can see I want to favor this left side a little bit. And once I get this down, I'm going to tuck the corner or the recessed curve underneath. Okay? And I'm all the way to the end. And we'll make this wider. As I see, there's a little area there where we're not covering it. So we'll make this wider in our final product. Don't worry about that. And lastly is the final stretch. Pushing the knuckle down. Keeping it all warm. Okay. And now we're back at the first position. And I see I've got some wrinkles in here that I don't like. So I'm going to take the top of this. And I don't want to stretch it. I just want to pull it back slightly. And do a little better job on the knuckles. So one more time. Letting it sit. Keeping it warm. Forward. Tucking and pulling. And then wrapping around. Okay, smoothing it all out. All right, now we're going to do the tips of each of the legs. Double check all this. Make sure everything's looking great. Everything's holding down. So now we have 5 fingertips that we're going to wrap over. So I suggest to fold in the sides and then wrap over. And it's only going to hold if you've cleaned it well. Next one. And these right here, you'll notice sometimes they want to pull back. So we'll hold them down. Heat activates the adhesive. Okay. And now the last end. Wrap the sides. And then the length here. We'll make this a little bit longer, I'm sure. Tuck these. Like this. Next leg. Sides down. And then the ends. Okay, now we've done all 5 of them. Now, for the last area, after we check the recesses again, is defining the edges in the center. So with your squeegee, you'll notice that we left enough material to reach all the way down to the valley. And you'll see that when we push this down, it gives it a little more of a 3D effect. And the 3M grabs on the material. And it looks awesome. Okay, so now, taking your squeegee, you can kind of curve it like this. And just push it around in a circle. There's a view. Should be good in the light. And then your cap. And then, I wouldn't be afraid to hold it in some more warm air. It just makes it a little more adherent. Adhesive sticks better to the plastic. And you have this beautiful carbon fiber wrapped center hub for the Model 3. 19-inch wheels, and you're good to go. Just go back out to the car and pop it back in. We'll do that in a minute and we'll get some more video. But that's it. And again, feel free to use your squeegee anytime, making sure that it's all holding down strong. And these recessed corners, tuck them under. Heat works great. Then leave it right out and move on to the next one. Thanks again, RPM Tesla. Model 3, 19-inch center hub carbon fiber wraps. Now shipping to the few lucky 1,000 employees that have their cars as of the date here right before December 9th. Thanks again, RPM Tesla.